Hi and welcome to class number 2. We'll start in a seat like we did for the first practice. Same breathing technique, mental nadi shodhana. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Imagine your breath moving in just through the left side. And imagine it moving out just through the right nostril. In slow through the right nostril. And out slow through the left. In left. And out right. Take your time with the breath. In right. Out left. In left. Out right. In right. Out left. And then in through both nostrils. And out through both. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. Make your way onto all fours. And then tuck your toes and take your hips up and back into a downward facing dog. Take a slow breath in here. Heels are lifted. The knees are generously bent. One more breath in together. Nice, calm breath out. Lift the heels up as you breathe in. Bend your knees, look forward, step up to the top of your mat. Take a halfway lift, hands to shins, shoulders back, heart forward. Fold forward, keep the knees so generously bent. And come up to stand with a flat spine. Push through the feet, lift the belly, reach the arms up. And then arms come down. Tārāsana, mountain pose. Sun salutation A, reach the arms up, breathe in. Bend the knees as you fold forward on the breath out. Halfway lift, hands to shins, inhale. Plant your hands, step it back to plank pose, exhale. And take one breath here in the plank and then lower your knees so you're in a knee plank. Take a breath, look forward, widen the collarbones, lower slowly forward and down to the mat. Plant the feet flat, lift the heart up, cobra pose. Pause here for the exhale, lift the navel up. And take one more breath in, press the pinky toes down, then go downward facing dog. Roll over your knees, almost like you're going through child's pose, but you tuck the toes and you take the hips up and back for the down dog. 3 breaths in and out. Heels are lifted, knees are bent. Twice more, spread the fingers nice and wide. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. One more breath in. And calm breath out. Lift the heels as you breathe in. Bend your knees, look forward, step up to the top of your mat. Take a halfway lift, hands to shins, shoulders back. Fold forward, keep the knees bent. The feet can be hip width apart. Keep the knees bent, rise on up to stand, then press the legs to straight, reach the arms up. Arms come down by your side. Tārāsana. Exhale. Round 2, arms reach up. Inhale, slow. Fold forward, let the knees bend as you come on down. Halfway lift, stretch the heart forward and through, shoulders back. Step it back to plank pose, exhale. Heels back, crown of head reaches forward. Lower your knees and lower your chest forward and down on the exhale. Cobra pose, press the feet down, lift the heart up. Roll over the knees to a downward facing dog as you exhale. 3 breaths, set the gaze on one point. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Twice more, breath in. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. 1 more inhale. Spin the elbow creases in to face each other. Lift the heels as you breathe in. Bend your knees, look forward, step up, top of mat. Take a halfway lift, hands to shins. We're moving with breath. Fold forward as you exhale. Keep the knees soft, lead with the heart, push through the feet to stand. Arms come down, tārāsana, exhale. Now pause here for a breath in. Relax your shoulders as you breathe out. From here, we'll take tree pose. I'd like you to shift the weight to your left foot and then lift the right foot up. Just spin the foot so the knee points out and you kickstand the ball of the foot on the ground and the heel lands to the inner shin of that left leg and you pause. For me, it helps here to bring my hands into prayer to add a little bit of extra balance. Now, if you're feeling pretty stable, you might lift the right foot onto the inner calf. You might reach down and lift the foot all the way up to your inner thigh. The right knee is widening. The pelvis keeps pointing forward. My gaze is lifted to one point way out in front of me and you relax the shoulders. This is a balance challenge, so if you are wobbling, that is normal. You might even have a wall close by and you can reach out to hold on to a wall, or you can place a chair just near your practice space so you have something to hold on to help you out in the balance if you need it. Otherwise, you just let it be wobbly. From here, I'd like you to bring the right knee forward and out in front, lift it, and then we'll take a big step back to a crescent lunge. The right leg reaches back through space, it lands down, and the arms reach all the way up. Crescent lunge. Hug the legs together. My front knee is bent, my back leg is straight, or just as straight as you can manage. And then instead of being in a big back bend here, I'd like you to contain the shape by pulling the low front ribs back and dropping the back of the pelvis down a little bit. Take 1 more breath in, and then lower your back knee slowly down to the ground. And take an inhale. And bring your hands to meet in prayer as you exhale. Lean halfway forward as you breathe in. Take a spin to the left and hook your elbow just outside the left thigh. Tail reaches back, crown of head lengthens forward. And you pause here for the exhale. Let's take 2 more breaths in together and out and together. 1 more breath in. Steady breath out. Let's come back to upright, strong in the legs. Reach the arms all the way up. And then take 2 hands down to the ground. And tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up, straighten the left leg, and fold. And pause here, lengthen the spine a little as you breathe in. And fold in as you breathe out. Again, the spine lengthens a little on the in. And I fold a little, I soften on the out. One more breath in here. My back heel is nice and high, back leg active. Fold on the out. Then re-bend the left knee as you breathe in. Look forward, step the right foot up to meet the left, and fold forward as you exhale. And bend the knees, halfway lift, hands to shins, shoulders back. Fold in as you breathe out. Keep those knees soft. Lead with the heart coming up to stand. Press through the feet, legs straighten, arms lift, and arms come down as you exhale. Take a breath in here. Calm breath out. Tree pose on the other side. Shift the weight to the right foot. Kickstand the left foot to the floor. The heel comes to the inner ankle or the inner shin. And I bring my hands to prayer. You pause. If you need a little bit of help with the balance, use your chair, use your wall, no problem. If you'd like to lift that left foot up a little higher up the calf, or take a hold with the left hand and bring it all the way up to the right inner thigh, that is totally welcome. The main thing here in the tree is that the legs are hugging in against each other. So you feel the left foot pressing in and you feel the right leg pressing back in against it. So the legs are nice and balanced in their activity. The pelvis is centered and you're not letting that right hip kind of sway out to the right. I'm hugging my right hip in, so that everything is hugging into the midline, almost like a zipper, zipping up from the bottom all the way up through the crown of the head. And take one more breath in. And a calm breath out. You unhook the foot, bring the left knee forward and up, and take a big step back to a crescent lunge. Land the left foot. Doesn't have to be a really long shape, but I want you to set the front knee right over the front heel wherever you are. So make sure that knee isn't way forward of the heel. For this shape, I want it straight above the heel, no matter how far back or forward the back leg is. If you feel like there's a lot of tension through the front of the left hip, you can bend the back knee and take some of that tension out of the shape. Lift the belly, pull the low front ribs backwards so you're not in a big back bend. Take a breath. Slowly lower the back knee down to the ground. If that doesn't feel comfortable on the knee, you can take your mat like this and give it a little roll in and under so you have a bit of extra padding. Or if you have a t-shirt or a towel or a blanket, you can slide that under the knee to help it out. Bring hands down to meet in prayer. Lean halfway forward as you breathe in. Take a lean over to the right, a little spin. Your elbow hooks just outside the thigh. And then notice here, where my chest is low and my hands are high, sometimes we end up in this shape at the start. What I'd like you to do from here is press the hands together and see if you can lift the sternum to meet the thumbs. So the sternum is that flat bone between your ribs at the front. See if you can lift that up. Lift the body up away from the front thigh and bring the sternum to meet the same line as the thumbs. Take one more breath in here. And then release the hands, frame out the front foot. Let's tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up, and then straighten the right leg and fold over it as you breathe out. Pause here. Lengthen the spine a little as you breathe in. My back heel is nice and lifted, active. Fold forward to breathe out. And twice more. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale and to fold. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to fold in. Then rebend the right knee as you breathe in. Let's step it back to plank pose as you breathe out. Heels back, crown of head forward, grip the ground, lower the knees, and we'll lower slowly down to the belly. Keep the gaze a little forward, the neck is long, all the way down. All right, locust pose. Let's start with cobra. Press the feet down, lift the heart up, just like we've been doing. And then for locust, you'll lift the hands up and you'll reach the arms backwards through space. Then you'll split the feet hip width apart and you'll lift the feet up off the ground as well, but keep the legs straight and long. As you keep lifting the heart forward and up, you feel all of these muscles on the back line turn on. The muscles of your back, the muscles of your glutes and hamstrings. Super good activation when a lot of us are in a sort of folded forward position a lot of the day, maybe driving or at our desks, that kind of crunched forward, slouched forward position. This is super good to activate the muscles that help us get out of that situation. Take a breath in. And then lower down, turn your cheek to one side and let yourself rest for a moment. Slow breath in. And calm breath out. Right, one more time with the locust pose. Spin the palms to face down. Press the feet down into the ground. Lift the heart up. Lift the hands up, lift the feet up. And now let's pay attention to the arms and the shoulders. Notice your hands, spin them to face down. And then notice where your thumbs are and spin your hands up and out. So the front of the shoulders are nice and open. You feel all this space for the collarbones, heaps of space for the neck. Lengthen the legs, lift them up just a little bit more. Take one more breath in, and then gently release, plant the hands, and press it back to child's pose. This time, child's pose with the knees together, the arms down by your side, and the forehead to the mat. And take a slower breath in. And a calm breath out. One more breath in. And out. Roll yourself on up to a seat. Shift your hips to one side. Bring your legs forward, out in front. This time, I'd like you to bend the knees, bring the soles of your feet together, and take your knees wide. And it might not look like this. It might look more like this with the knees way up high, and that is okay. The knees might be lower. Any way your body sits is fine. Big diamond shape opened up by the legs. Fingertips behind you, lift the heart up. And then take maybe a little fold forward as you exhale. You might not fold far at all. If you like, you can weave your hands underneath your ankles and take a little hold of the feet, and then let the head drop down and the spine round. And we spend most of our day looking outwards, taking in information from the outside. So for now, just let the eyes close and feel the introverted nature of this shape, and allow yourself to just look inside, observe the breath, observe your body. And just notice what happens in the stillness, in the quiet. And the practice of yoga is great to move and to open up your body and stretch and strengthen. But underneath all of that, this for me is the main benefit: quiet time with myself, feeling what I feel. And just having the space to process all of the other things that have happened in my day. Gently release, rise on up, and bring your knees in together, and then lie yourself down to it. Take rest. Make sure you're in a comfortable space to rest, that you're nice and warm and cozy and relaxed. And I will leave you in your rest to stay for as long as you need. Might be 5 minutes, might be 10 minutes, might be even longer than that. Take your time. Thank you so much for joining me for this class, and I will see you at the next one.